Welcome to Sound Values, powered in part by LSA Burger and Classic of Denton.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in live tonight on DentonRadio.com. We are located in the beautiful Discover Denton Welcome Center on the ever-lovely but a bit gray and a bit windy Denton Square tonight. Folks, this is the first show we've had in about 2 weeks. You know, Jake had to sail around the world on his yacht on a fantastic voyage, if you will, no pun intended. But we're back, and we're excited to be back. I've got some guests on the show tonight. This is the first time that they've been on Sound Values. I'm sitting here with Preston and Ashley. They are the founders and owners of the Parker Plantation Event Center, and they are hosting the EDM Rehab. Do we want to call it a festival, or do we just want to call it EDM Rehab?
No, it's a festival. It's a music festival for sure.
All right,
absolutely,
cool.
Because we have a lot more there than just music.
Awesome, man. That's what I like to hear. So, just to give y'all a little brief kind of look here, EDM Rehab is a festival that's going to be coming to town very soon. We're going to get into all the details tonight. I'm very excited about it. I actually get to play it, which is really exciting too. So, Preston, let's just kind of jump right into it, man. Because for the first time that I heard about the Parker House or the Parker Plantation, depending on who you talk to, depends on what they call it.
Right. We did make a change about a year ago.
Yeah, it was a haunted house. And the first time that I actually ever went out there was, I would say, probably 3 months ago. I think I went out there and saw Puddintain playing, a couple other bands that were playing.
That was back in December.
Yeah, and I was like, where did this come from? Like, what is, like the guys like waving me.
We added water, it popped up.
Yeah, I was like, what on earth? Yeah, just add water. So my question, the first question kind of started off is, what kind of made the change from the haunted house to the music? Is it still a haunted house? What do we see kind of coming with the Parker House or the Parker Plantation?
Well, the change was made basically from my pocket.
Okay.
The haunted house has been very successful, but the property is very large. It's in a great location on the highway. We purchased it 8 years ago. And it just seemed like we had 10 months of nothing to do with 15 acres. And then we'd work on the haunted house, but as far as for the public and to generate profits or anything, so revenue. So we decided, what can we do? Racking our brains together, trying to figure out the best thing. We've looked at paintball, airsoft. I mean, all kind of things. All kind of people came.
Mud runs.
Yeah, mud runs. Just anything that we can do to kind of generate and help pay the bills, because the haunted house would go through its 6-week season and just do very great. But then by the time, the next year rolled around, money eats into it and all that. So,
absolutely.
So my background back before I even moved to Texas, because I've only been here about 22 years now.
Only 22 years.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Well, I'm an old guy. Might not look it, but I'm a lot older than.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
But you've maintained the boyish essence.
Right. So back before I moved to Texas, I had a sound and lighting company in Baton Rouge, Louisiana for many years. I started as a sophomore in high school.
Okay.
And, basically, I was a DJ. This was the
That make
80s.
you feel younger?
Yeah, right. So back in the 80s, I used to DJ.
Turntables, kids.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Technique 1200 just came out.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Before that, it was the old little Pioneers.
Yeah.
I had a set of 1200s and about 25 crates of vinyl, and I used to do parties and weddings and moved into proms and did all the city proms all over my area, and then I worked that into a sound and lighting company that I would rent out equipment to bigger events and bands, and we worked it up over about a 9-year period to be able to do about just under about 10,000 people. So a show for 10,000 people.
That's awesome, man.
So it was really good. I was married to another woman before my beautiful wife now.
These things
and so we were having troubles and issues and decided to move away from the area we grew up in and made that move to Texas. And when I did that, I wanted to bring my business, but in Baton Rouge, it's a smaller town. It's a big town, but it's a lot smaller town than Dallas was, where I was moving. And you could open up our Yellow Pages back then.
Yeah. I still remember when those books were there.
Right? And that was the only way to find numbers, right?
I'm 30, so I'm not old, but I'm not right. I remember the 90s a
exactly.
Bit,
So I would open up the Yellow Pages where we were and had a big ad in there, right? And it was like in 2 pages. Well, I was moving to Dallas, and it was like 25 pages of DJs and sound and lighting companies and all this. And I'm like, I don't have ties here. There's no way I'm going to compete. So I sold everything off. And over that time period, from then till now, I have always, had the passion to go back and do something like that.
Yeah.
So that's what came about. And
Very
I
cool.
decided, you know what, let me do something with music. I like music. I can't play an instrument to save my life. You don't want me to sing.
Yeah.
But I can hook up sound systems, and I can hook up lighting systems, and I know all about that stuff, and I understand it pretty well. And so that was always been what I love to do.
Very
so
cool.
I love to take artists that could do all these things and make them look better and sound better.
Yeah.
So I couldn't afford a recording studio or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the next best thing is to go in, and Denton was the perfect place for it. I just happened to have a property in Denton, and there was no other outdoor venue. I didn't have the cash to go and build another huge building to put something inside. So after researching it, we looked into it and figured out, let's do it. Let's try to see what a big stage out there would do, and working into getting some big acts out there. And so, we threw it around for a year or so, and that's when I decided to turn what was the Parker House Haunted Attraction into a property that was known as, it had to go something with scary, right?
Yeah.
The Parker's Plantation, because our haunted house is based on a big storyline, and so it had to kind of fit with that. So that's where and I'm from the South.
Yeah.
And so all big properties that were
they were the plantations.
Yeah, there were plantations, and it was that's a creepy kind of vibe to it. So that's why we came up with that name.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
it creeps
and
me
so,
out right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Got goosebumps. You can't see it.
So that's how it really all came about. And then from then, after a little planning, it just kind of snowballed into opening it up for this season. And we kind of had a trial run at that show that you came out and saw.
Yeah.
And that was kind of thrown together really quick. Kind of, we had everything, and I wanted to throw one in there so that people could hear the name first before we tried to start doing events this season.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we threw that one. And it was called Chillin' in Denton, and we promoted it, and we'll continue to promote that same show. And we played on the Chilling in December, and you get to chill out and have fun.
Yeah,
so we played on that a little bit and called it Chillin' in Denton, and Music Festival. Yeah. And we will continue that every year, whether it be at the end of November or beginning of December, kind of however things falls. But we expect to have that every year, that same festival, and it's going to be an all Denton talent. If we get a national act, they got to have some sort of ties to Denton, and then. All the food vendors and all the other vendors and stuff that we get will all be directly from Denton, so that it'll be pretty much everybody will be able to profit from it.
That's awesome.
And so that's going to be our yearly show, and then we want to hit on a few different ranges of music. So our next big show ourselves is going to be this one coming up, which is May 12th, EDM Rehab.
Yeah,
and we will continue that every year and hope to build that into a multiple-day festival with camping.
Yeah.
Because we do have woods,
I was
and
gonna
we
say
do have some camping.
They're there.
Yeah.
Ashley's over here. Eyes are getting this big. Like, what?
She loves my big ideas.
Yeah.
She really does.
Are you the one who maybe like calms him down whenever he gets too excited? You like, honey, let's take a second.
No, I have to just walk away usually.
Yeah.
I don't like Halloween.
I don't
like loud music. I don't like people.
This is perfect
wife for me, right?
Perfect.
You met this guy and you're like, what do you? He's like,
I
haunted house and music is what I. You're like, oh my gosh, this is great.
Opposites attract. No. Oh no, that's not what it was when we met. He was just normal then. Just normal.
Well, like similarly, when I first moved to Denton, I was like, man, there were so many DJs in town and all that, and there was a group of kids who were doing something. They were having a lot of fun. They were throwing good shows, but the house parties didn't have good sound. And at the time, the venues have really changed a lot in the last 5 years, but the venues didn't have any lighting.
Right.
There were a lot of venues, Harvest House wasn't here when it first opened, and Backyard wasn't here, and a lot of those places, kind of made the other venues go, oh, we might need to do a little something here.
Right. One thing bumps up, and then the other's got to bump up.
So that's what I said. I was like, well, I'm not really going to be able to do the DJ thing, and I was kind of learning how to produce and figure out what I wanted to make and all that. I was like, but I've got some PAs, and I'd always wanted to learn how to do lighting. So I started doing research and asking some of my buddies who knew things, and they're like, get a DMX controller. And then I started learning how to program that thing. And then I went to Andy's, and the kids they would throw a weekly thing there, and I went and talked to them and was like, I have a bunch of lights, and they're like, yeah, they're not, and so then they started having me do lighting and stuff, and then slowly but surely, like as though like I'd get these little chances to kind of like show those guys my music and stuff, and then eventually like I kind of started. They were like, hey, do you want to play tonight? I was like, oh yeah, sure.
Right.
But it was all through lighting and sound. It was the same thing. I was like, there's too many DJs here.
You got some music with you, right?
Yeah. They were like, hey, do you want to play a set? The guy didn't show up, and I was like, yeah, cool, man. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I just like hopped up, plugged my USB, and luckily know how to use other things besides Ableton. I can run Serato and all that other stuff too. But yeah, it was kind of a very similar story of like, well, and then and that was the thing I wanted to do too. I wanted to make the musicians look and sound better than they did. They already sounded great, but we can make it better.
Right, always, yeah.
And more entertaining. So, as soon as you were telling us, I was like, this is very similar to something. Sounds like I'm going on the right path here. This is working out. So, when I saw the names that were on there too, DJ Blend and Left Right, who's actually out of Dallas, which is really cool.
Exactly.
And I know that he works with Prime, and I'm friends with a guy who he works with named Xander, who's a cool dude as well. So what's the work that goes into putting something like this together? Because it's big. This is a lot of work, some names, the contacts. How do you don't have to like let all the secrets out, but like what is the time that it takes to do this kind of thing?
There's no secrets at this point with me as far as I was lucky enough to have a few people get involved early and kind of come to me and say, look, we can help you. You may know everything about what you're doing, but we want to help. And so they kind of helped me with some ins and outs. Contacting DJs is one of the hardest things. Some of the big guys, some of the big names. I tell you, that's probably been one of the things that I would love to not do again. Everything else I've loved about it, just getting somebody to call you back or to tell you to leave me alone.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. You get nothing from some of these guys.
Yeah.
We tried to, I probably hit up maybe 25, 30 different DJs, national acts that I thought was somewhere in my affordable range and could pull a good crowd for us. Because that's the whole thing, we love all the talent we have in this area, and we have great talent. It's just unfortunately, the Dallas people, or let's say the Houston people and Oklahoma people that have never heard of some of these DJs that we have around
even
here.
Louisville.
Yeah, exactly. We knew that we had to get a few people that are going to bring those people in so that everyone gets a chance to showcase. So that just contacting those people are probably one of the worst things, I swear. And what's really funny is they didn't know whether I had $1 million in my pocket to spend on them or not.
Wow.
You know what I mean? They would not even respond to a kind of a generic, hey, we're throwing this big party and we want to get a bid from you guys or whatever, and nothing.
Oh man! I mean, the moment Ricky hit me up, I was like, "Yeah, what's up, dude?" Right away.
Yeah. Well, Ricky and Laura have been instrumental in helping me get to those people. They do DTX DNB is what they run, and so they've been very helpful in helping me get to a lot of the locals and to know who the locals are and who the better locals are, or at least who are available. So they did a lot of that legwork for me. So but the national acts, they helped a little bit, kind of go through. We would bounce off ideas, but and they would send a few emails. I would send a few emails, and then I would send a lot more emails and a lot more emails, and then I got pushy and still nothing. You know what I mean? Because we started running out of time. You got to, if you're going to spend this kind of money, you have to have the time to promote them. And DJ Blend was still difficult, but at least one of the ones that obviously had some time on their hands. And I think I hit it perfectly because he had just released an album. He had just dropped an album or a song. Just right at the time that I was reaching out to them, and I think they wanted to do more stuff at that time, so that worked out for us. But we still had to go back and forth for a good month before we got him finalized. But yeah, that's probably the worst part about it. Everything else, it's all about dealing with vendors, trying to get vendors out there, food trucks and stuff. Filling those voids in a festival setting is pretty fun. To say the least.
Putting that all together.
But I mean, I've had a few people that are helping me out for the most part. this show kind of blew up, bigger than I really started it out to be. But once we got so many people involved and excited, all the DJs, I saw the potential, and so I let it grow bigger than I probably should have, and took on a lot more for our first event.
Yeah.
But you can ask my wife. I'm kind of one of those people. Our first haunted house, was huge. Instead of starting off small.
I understand.
But I'm that way. I mean, it's like either go big or go home.
Yeah, precisely.
And I don't like to start off small with something and then have people the next time I try to do it go, oh, that's kind of small. You know? I'd rather them go, oh my gosh, it was so big. He could have done a few things better, but it was so much bigger than we expected.
There's always going to be those people like, oh, I could have done this
better.
Oh,
yeah, and I know we can. I mean, absolutely. I'm sure there's going to be things that aren't going to be perfect once the show hits. And then the second year, but, we'll be able to work those kinks out. But everybody should be able to see what our potential is for sure.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're looking to do,
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with some buddies over at DCBC the other night about it, and I had never listened to Reed Speed, and my buddy was like, "Yeah, you should check him out, man. He's great."
Or
and,
she.
She. I'm sorry,
yeah.
She. Yes, he said she. That was my
I know
bad.
it's hard on a DJ to listen to him and know if it's female or male, right?
Sure. No, but he did say she, and I was like, word, because who was the other person that I saw at Bonnaroo? I can't believe I'm having a break right, a blank, but she was female, and it was like some of the nastiest, filthiest, most beautiful bass music that I had never ever heard. And I remember just sitting there, I was just like, oh, wait, and I'll remember the name eventually. But she just threw it down, man. So I don't ever doubt the ladies in the female producing category. Toki Monster's amazing, and there's many more out there as well.
Yes, there are.
Who are just as good. But yeah, I was just, when you hit me up and when you asked, I was like, man, I will play whenever, whatever you need from me. If you want me there, I'm there. And that's what I tell, when kids, they're like, how do you get gigs? And I'm like, I usually take anything that comes my way, and if it's bad that time, I don't do it again. But if it's great, then I keep that person's contact information, and I do my best to then include that person. If I'm doing something that they could help with that makes sense, then I'm like, hey, what's up? Me and Ricky make completely different music, so we don't exactly book shows with each other, but we appreciate and go to each other's shows.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Because he even asked me, he's like, hey, would you play set? And I was like, dude, to be honest and respectful, I don't know anything about drum and bass, so I'd get up there and feel like a poser. Like, sure, I could mix songs, but like I wouldn't really be a true fan, and wouldn't I could do it, but it wouldn't be real for what you want to see. And he was like, I respect that, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's me. I don't know the first thing about, all the different genres of EDM music, but I do know that it gets me moving.
Yeah.
Just about all of it. And depending on what mood I'm in, I may want to listen to one style opposed to the other style. I'm not one of these that, that's my only style.
Yeah.
But I've always liked electronic music in the past. I like all music. I mean, you'll catch me. Oh my gosh, people come out and work on my property with me, and I'll put on iHeartRadio and have it just playing through a speaker somewhere, and they're like, "What is this?"
It's Chicago.
It's Chicago, but then it hits
Chicago.
But then but it plays a mixture of everything. I mean, I don't so much like screamo, but my son will get on there and some of that'll play on there.
Between
and
the
then,
Buried and Me.
And then you're, some Barry Manilow come on, and some country, and then some hard bass in the EDM music. I mean, it's just a mix, and I love it all. But as far as your style, I mean, when he played it, Ricky did. He came to me, and we were looking for somebody else. I needed an opener for one of our stages, and that spot was perfect for you because you've got like an easy listening.
Exactly, man. That's what I'm here for.
You have your own groove with that. You know what I mean?
Have the groove.
Yeah. And so that's what I was like, that will work. Yeah. That will work. You even have a little jazz feel to some of it. You know what I mean? And then I know you can go in and get bassy with it if you want to.
I'll make stuff like that sometimes, but like those are on the side, and then because Kind Beats is like that persona of that music,
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to create this, and that's why we put it an EDM festival. It's a compute. We're not trying to do just a drum and bass festival or just a dubstep festival, which we have to have everything. And so when I put all my DJs in there, some of them wanted to play main stage, but the thing or the bigger stage. I mean, they're both great stages. Believe me, we don't have a little stage in a big stage.
Yeah, I don't complain about it.
Both of them are huge, and they both almost have the same capacity. But I wanted the flow to go correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you can't wear everybody out early and stuff like that.
You have to build it.
And then we couldn't put like some techno all morning.
Yeah.
Because so I had to look at that and kind of make the flow. And that's my beat mixing background, of my DJing is getting that party moving and keeping them going and having that up and down, up and down, and up and down. You don't want to keep them going high the whole time because you wear people out. So
I mean, even when I've thrown events, like when we book it, we think about, okay, we have a guy who we're like, dude, your music is sunset. Your music is made for the sunset. You're gonna play at sunset. Exactly. And I'll be putting on the event, and I'm like, look, man, my music is for 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, and I'm fine with opening this because then I can just hang out, make sure things are going good. I can help run sound and all that when I'm done with my set. I never get an ego about these things. Anyways, I'm just happy to be here, basically. On Earth and all that fun stuff.
Right.
But I'm excited to see that place really start to expand, and it'll be cool to just be there and be like, hey, I was a part of that last year, I was a part of this, and it's something cool.
Well, you're gonna be a part of it this year. And it's gonna be one heck of a show. I promise you that. We're when we went in, we did purchase we built the event center and we built some stages. And they've got, trussing systems on them, canopies over them.
Did you build all that by yourself, or did you have a crew, or
we had
were
help.
Part of a crew?
Yeah,
okay,
we had help.
I mean, I didn't think I didn't think you were Noah out there building this thing.
Pretty
close.
Pretty close.
Sometimes I feel like it. I have to be, but yeah, I'm out there all the time. But yeah, I had some help and some great people helping me. There was people took parts and did all kind of stuff, but that was a kind of a forgotten area of our festival area, which is over 70,000 square feet of actual festival stage area. And so we can fit 7,000 to 10,000 people in there between both of the stages. But yeah, I mean, between those two stages, we will have over 200,000 watts of power. little small stereo system.
Yeah. I can get it at Radio Shack.
Yeah, right. I think they did sell out, right? Yeah, so we bought a bunch of their amplifiers.
Yeah.
So we'll have that. We're gonna have 84 LED video wall panels set up.
That's awesome.
We'll have over 38 moving heads of lighting. Wow. 24 strobe effects going on. Stage flames, CO2 cannons. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff that's going to be happening. That's going to make the show, so much
official,
powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Make a statement.
Yeah, exactly.
People are going to see the lights from Denton, like, what's going on out there?
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
The sound and all that. I remember the first time I ever got to play with an LED thing behind me. Me and my buddy felt so cool.
Right.
Just took a picture of it. I was like, we finally made it. Not really. It's just some bar in Austin that we were playing the upstairs, and they had.
And then
the
security guard made you get down.
Yeah. Like, guys, get off that thing. I wanted to run over to the Jazz Fest stage on Sunday night before the lights were shut down and just stand on it and then post tomorrow night, catch me. I could just see how people react on Instagram. Just fake it till you make it.
Exactly.
But I couldn't do that. I didn't want to do that. It didn't feel right, man. It didn't feel right.
Sure.
So I know that you guys have had a couple competitions going on, and we've got some VIP tickets to give out.
Yeah,
and
we do.
I'm gonna pick a random number.
Yes,
depending
we do.
on how many we've got.
Basically, what we did is we had people submit or like and share, and then put down for what is it? What would you call that? I'm not savvy with all this technical stuff.
Tag 4 friends.
Tag four friends.
Right. Yeah.
So we have everybody that tagged 4 friends on here, and I
hope I know some.
How many?
People.
Approximately how many? We have 33 different people that basically entered correctly. I guess you would say.
Yeah.
So we got a number from 1 to 33, and we'll have each. We'll have. Ashley can pick one, and then you can pick one, and I'll go through and count to whichever one we have, and that's going to be the winner. And each one that we pick is going to get a a 4-pack VIP tickets, which is going to get them backstage to meet some of the
some of those artists.
The
That's
artists.
a lot of tickets.
And yeah, each one of them will get 4, and they'll get T-shirts. Each person, all 4 of them,
The swag pack.
will get
Yep.
T-shirts and swag pack and all that good stuff. So.
Very cool.
So yeah, pick a number from 1 to. You haven't even looked at the list.
You go first, Ashley. Yeah, I've
1
not
to
seen this
33.
list. I know no one on this list.
Right.
Don't even like the people on this list. They should.
27.
27.
That was a good year.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. Back
I liked being
27.
27.
Yeah, 27 was
That was
nice.
a long time ago.
33. Let's
Not as long as it
be-
was for you.
Yeah, right. I
wanna
know.
do
That's
that,
crazy. All right. Let me make sure because I'm gonna go forward.
Goes
That'd
on
be 27,
live-
28, 29,
Live
30,
radio and starts
31.
busting chops.
Count
1,
them
2,
right.
3, 4, 1, 2.
Make sure they have 4.
I know. All right, looks like, and I can't even see her little bitty phone. That's why I have this big, huge phone right here. Ray
Destroy Hansford.
Destroy. Oh, Roy. Sorry,
Roy Destroy.
Roy Destroy Hansford.
Roy Hansford. All
There we
right,
go.
Roy Destroy
Roy
with
Destroy.
2 E's.
2 E's.
So Roy
Destroy
Hansford.
and we'll have all these posted on
Yeah.
on the winners. So
Yeah,
that's
right
gonna.
on. And
That's
then
you just won 4 VIP tickets, brother.
yeah, 4 VIP tickets, man. Get to meet the artists, get a little swag bag.
That's right.
That's what's up. All courtesy of the EDM Rehab Festival.
That's right now that ticket is $50, so that's a $200 value
There
at
you
this
go,
point.
man.
Don't wait, by the way, to buy your tickets.
Yeah. Get
They
those
will
now.
go up. They'll be $50 for general admission at the door, but right now they're only $35 for general admission, so you need to get your tickets now. All right, pick a number.
I'm just gonna go with 5.
5. That's
keep it-
great.
I'm just gonna keep it right at the beginning.
Yeah, we want
And
a mixture.
there's
There
a
we
part of
go.
me that hopes. I hope I chose a friend. I hope it's somebody I know.
Did you enter? No.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Actually, don't do the first one. That one. The first one was
Right.
one of us.
Oh yeah.
All right, there we go.
All right.
Can you read that?
Megan. Yeah, Megan Noel.
Megan Noel.
Megan Noel.
All
You
right.
have won.
Awesome.
You have won. I wonder if that's. I know I saw a Megan Noel, but she doesn't spell her name like that. So that's weird. I was like, oh, did this work?
Right. All right. Well, Megan Noel, you got 4 VIP
Yeah,
tickets.
4 VIP
We'll have
tickets.
that listed for you guys.
$200
coming up.
value. You get that for free and the swag bag, so it's even more.
That's right.
It's amazing, man. Very cool, very cool. And then we do have. You've got the mix
Yes.
contest going down as well. And how
Yes.
many people did you say you had submitted for that?
We had about 28. Did you go through? It was like 25 to
No.
28, I think it was. I
And
thought
were
it was
they
30
hour
at first.
mixes?
No.
Oh,
Some of them were
okay,
just
okay.
single songs.
Oh,
all,
okay, cool.
But yeah, they just submitted kind of their work.
Very
and,
cool.
I went through and listened to them each submittal last couple of days,
Mm-hmm.
catching up on them. And while I was working out there, actually building some stuff, just had them all playing and things that made me
Turn around.
feel like, hey, I like
Yep.
that. I like that. And I'd go back and check them out. And I picked 5 people that I thought
Nice.
were, all of the DJs were great. Let me just
Yeah.
say it was really hard, but it is a particular spot, and I
Mm-hmm.
had to think about, what that spot was going to be during what part of the day and kind of what kind of music could go with it and
Yep.
and that type of stuff. So, but yeah, we did have a lot of great DJs, and I appreciate all of you guys for entering. But we did pick 5, and what we're going to do is we're going to post those 5. We'll announce them here, and we're going to post those 5 on the website, and we're going to have all of their fans, family and friends, and whoever checks them out and listens to them and thinks that they should play. We'll have them vote on it, and that's going to be up until Thursday, actually. So we only
Okay.
got 2 days to do it.
All right.
Yep.
And Thursday we'll be on another show, and we're going to announce the winners on that show
Nice.
so the public's basically going to be picking it.
Very cool.
So the one of the winners on that, or one of the finalists, I should say, that we picked is Miss Hayes.
Okay.
She's going to be one that we're picking, and why can I not move this stuff around? Robin.
Ruben.
Oh, that is you,
Mhm.
Ruben Panels Jr.
Maybe Perella's.
Is that a R?
Perel's?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
my Perella's Jr. Okay.
Very
That's
cool.
one. And then, like I said, we'll have all these written down. I apologize for being such a moron.
I'm creeping on your list.
Yeah,
do
no
I
problem.
know any
No
of
problem.
these guys?
Mason.
Mason Lanky something.
Yeah, Lanky.
Azell.
Maybe something like that. But you're one of the finalists, and let's see. Yeah, that's B1 there.
Yeah, and then Ross Cardona.
Cardona. And
I used to teach 8th graders, so.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So you can read my handwriting.
No offense to the handwriting. I was about to say
horrible.
whoever's that is.
It's horrible.
And then Brian Lloyd.
All right. Cool, man.
There we go. So those are the ones that we picked. That was 5, right? Yeah, that
Yeah.
should have been 5. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have you guys listed on the website, and we'll have all the instructions by
That's
this
awesome,
evening
man.
how it's going to how they're
Yeah.
going to be voting.
You know, one of the other artists, I'm glad that I just remembered this because I wanted to mention, one of the other artists I was excited to see, and a guy who I've really liked for a long time and saw at a ton of Dallas shows was Gilbert, DJ Titan.
Yeah, absolutely.
That guy has always been so nice and so friendly to me.
Right.
Like through when I was just like, 7 years ago when I was walking up to him when he was opening for drum and bass acts or dubstep acts or whatever at the Lizard Lounge and those places, he was always so friendly and nice to me every single time.
I can definitely.
And he also like enlightened me. He would talk to me about. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, he'd be like, the promoter just wants me to play house music because he doesn't want it to be too heavy." And like I would listen to that, and I took that into my own knowledge of being like, okay, like just like you said, you got to build the night up.
Right.
So it's not like that promoter's trying to squash your style. That promoter is thinking about how's the night going to go? How do we want it to work? So when I saw that he was on there, I was like, yes. And then a long time ago, like I said, when I first started running the lights, when I didn't have the DMX controller, I just had like a thing to power stuff on,
Right.
And I remember,
Did you have light switches?
yeah, light switches in. Like I remember Gilbert was like, dude, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Like we're in this warehouse and this guy was just like click, 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 like running around, click, and I had like a buddy who would click a few things for me,
Right.
because we didn't really, we were getting some lasers and stuff like that, and then the more that we figured it out, the rotating heads and all that, we got the knowledge what we needed.
Sure.
But yeah, and I remember Gilbert was like, and the set was so much fun. I remember just like being behind him, and it was hard to run the lights because I was just like, yeah, like having such a good time. And that was a wild show, man. It was like a warehouse party in this like office building off down McKinney, and like the plumbing stopped working. It all exploded out, and there was a basset hound running around. Some guy was like, I
it
don't know.
sounds like our place.
I don't know whose dog this is. The police showed up, and they were like, who are you? I was like, not the sound guy, not the one who got everybody called. I can tell you that much. I ain't that guy.
Yeah, right.
That was a lot of fun. But that was like the last, EDM kind of thing that I could that I remembered. So I was excited when I saw this pop up, and that there's other people in town who are like, hey, like let's do this.
Yeah.
Because when I moved here, there wasn't a chill hop or jazz hop or lo-fi hip hop scene.
Right.
But I was like, well, that's what I make, so I guess I got to figure out who else likes it.
Exactly.
I got to find some friends around here, even if there's only 6 of them.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's
quality,
awesome.
not quantity.
Yeah, exactly.
We can fill the bathroom.
They're good. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's funny. It's like I said, it's cool to see the locals and kids playing on that show too. And then when I first started playing, I remember like I have a buddy named Elijah Heaps and a couple other friends, and they're hip hop guys, and they've been doing really well. But I used to watch those guys in kitchens on like a Wednesday night. They'd be like, hey, we're just going to have this rant. We're just going to rap. Just come over and hang. And those guys would just be mobbing out in a kitchen, jumping all up and down. That's not even a joke.
Right.
It happened in a kitchen. It was amazing.
The acoustics are great.
Yeah, they're great. The tile, the way it bounces around is
Right.
awesome, man. And
Yeah.
you were mentioning the heads earlier, the rotating heads. Now, having done lighting and I did a little bit, that's like some of the first things that I notice when I walk into a place. And then the dollar signs just start going into my head where I'm like, there's $500,000 in lighting above my head right now, and
exactly.
I just paid $8 to get into the show. How's this, And so that's what I think that people will see is they'll be like, this is ridiculous,
right?
And there's nothing in town like this. And even some people are like, oh, it's out of town. I'm like, dude, it's 5 minutes past 35. Like you will sit in the line at Wendy's to wait for your double cheeseburger longer than it will take you to get to that venue, man. So I don't want to hear these excuses. That's an excuse I don't agree with.
That is an excuse. And you know what? What can you do in town that's going to entail you being able to pump EDM music
Yeah.
at 200,000 watts.
Yeah, let's bring Bass Nectar to the square.
Yeah, let's see that happen. Blow the windows out.
We'll be
and
shaking pictures off the walls at
I know.
Pascal's.
I've got a neighbor a mile away that's telling me her pictures are rattling on
Yeah.
the wall. But you know what I come back to them is I've got y'all make me be quiet all the time.
Yeah.
You just have to deal with my loudness every now and then.
Yeah. If it wasn't for y'all, I could be loud all the time.
Exactly,
But,
that's
yeah.
right. But I have to be quiet.
When I lived in Colorado, they had the first year they threw the festival was called Snowball, and now they do it. I think they do it in like Aspen and a few other spots now.
Right.
But they did it in this little town called Avon. I have no idea why. That's where I live. This town has no stoplights. I have like two maybe. And they set it all up, and Bass Nectar played, bunch of heavy acts played. Pretty Lights was there, Big Gigantic. It was awesome, and I don't think the town was ready for it at all. Like I said, it was a small ski town, and I remember opening the paper up after that weekend, and it was just an article like local concert shakes pictures off walls, and there were apparently there were folks calling when Bass Nectar was playing because they thought there was an earthquake and pictures were shaking.
Bass Nectar played in Denver. It just left me. The big, beautiful.
Is it Red Rocks?
Yeah,
Is that what
Red Rocks.
Yeah.
And after that show, they had a big petition going around trying to close Red Rocks down because they didn't want that to ever happen again.
Oh my god!
How bad the neighbors, were complaining. So
wow.
Yeah,
I've
it's
been to
like a
Red
hot
Rocks. It's
location.
amazing.
It's a beautiful place.
Red Rocks is awesome.
But they only held 20,000 people total max. You know?
Yeah.
So it's beautiful, but it's not big enough to do such a huge show.
Yeah, I saw Pretty Lights there, and that was really cool.
yeah.
And Emancipator and a couple other groups. So
Yeah,
that was
unfortunately, I
awesome.
haven't been able to make it there. There is my local or within the country show that I'd like to see a beautiful show there.
Yeah.
And then of course I want to make it to Tomorrowland in Belgium.
That place looks awesome.
Oh my gosh,
The
that's
Gorge
just-
up in Oregon is another
that's
one that
annoying.
I've wanted to go to. I've had a few friends go up there, and the place looks amazing. So.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big jam band guy, and apparently Fish plays there a lot. But I'll just go for the name. I'll go for the hippies and the people
There
watching.
you go.
You
That's
know?
right. That's right.
Is there anything else that y'all would like to cover? Maybe I missed something, or we didn't hit on it all.
Just kind of checking out our lineup. Our lineup's great. I'd like to talk a little bit more about the local DJs we do have. Who's
the locals we got?
Yeah, I know we'll probably miss a few unless I'm looking at the actual thing because I'm old and can't remember stuff.
I got you.
But yeah, we've got a great lineup. Just a few of them to hit on. We have Ricky B playing, and he used to be Poi Ninja.
Yep.
But now
Not gonna lie, Ricky
B.
I like the name change.
Yeah. Well, there's mixed emotions. My wife likes the other one.
I just do.
Yeah,
I don't know
I know.
why. I just do.
And I think actually he liked the other one better
All right.
originally.
That's
but maybe
how you
it's
feel. That's
grown
how
on
you
him. I don't
feel,
know.
you
But
know,
it
we're always
doesn't matter.
honest together.
He's got great music either way, right?
Yeah,
no matter
yeah.
what his name is. But of course, and of course Titan playing. He's a local legend. Has been around. I don't even know. 20 years
Yeah, I was
probably
gonna
at
say
least
15, 20
DJing.
years,
Or so. Been
Looks
in
like a baby.
Yeah, I know.
at Lizard Lounge and all over.
All over the place.
So we just signed a few other locals that have been around for a while as well. Snow White's playing. She was a regular all over town.
Yep.
And we're talking about Dallas as well. But we've got other Blood Brothers.
Okay.
That just kind of started out about a year or so ago. They're local, doing great things.
Nice.
They have been. I just found them about 2 months ago, and then signed them on to this month and a half, and checked them all out, and they're just blowing it up. I mean,
nice.
If there's some DJs out there that are trying to get started, check them out.
Okay.
See how
Blood
they're
Brothers.
doing it
Yeah.
because they're doing it right. They've done a lot in just the year or so that they put themselves out there.
Nice.
BLUD.
Okay.
Yeah, BLUD Brothers.
Okay, cool.
And then we've got others. Sick One is another great local. We've got you of course, Kind Beats.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean all kinds. We have Brian Charles from Shreveport, Louisiana is coming in,
Nice.
and of course Left Right from Dallas.
Yep.
He's gonna be there. We got Sticks, or Stick. Probably get in trouble if I say that with an S. But yeah, there's just a great lineup. Classic is on here. GRMZ. I don't know if you're supposed to say his name that way or not. I don't know him. I was kind of turned on.
Grimes,
Yeah. But I listened to his stuff and was blown away by him not have made the national scene yet too. So a lot of these guys, I pick myself. I mean, I got names thrown at me left and right from Ricky and Laura were helping, DJ Titan was helping. They were throwing them all at me, but I wanted this to be my baby, and I wanted to take the fall or the either way it was going to go my way. And I kind of I had a vision in my head, so I didn't leave it up to anybody else really to pick anybody. So I listened to everybody's music.
Nice.
That was thrown in my way, and handpicked pretty much each one by just the feel that I got from them and kind of a partying atmosphere that I knew that they would be able to bring to the table. And of course they had been recommended by some people that I was respecting. So that's how our lineup came about pretty
Very
much.
Nice.
And, so, but yeah, if you're interested in EDM music, this is going to be the place.
It's 11 days. It's only 11 days away. It's crazy.
Away.
It's right
That's
around the corner. I'm excited for it. I know,
it really is.
I have a whole bunch. I have a bunch of music I have to finish mastering. So I have. But like I had a show last week or on Thursday with the boombox, and I was like, I want to have 6 new tracks. I only got 1 because like I made 6, but mastering's the whole other process of just like tinkering with things, and So I got the 1 done, and it sounded louder and better than all the other ones that I had played. That's what you want, is the more songs you make, the louder and crisper they get. So I was like, all right, I'm fine. I'm cool with the 1. I'm cool with the 1. I'm happy with that. But yeah, man, I'm super happy and very excited to play it. It's going to be a blast. I know it's going to be successful, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I appreciate you and all the hard work that you guys are doing out there, and really just I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you do this because it's fun, and it's not like, some people are like, oh, they're just doing it for the glory. I'm like, dude, glory,
oh my gosh,
like the sweat and the angst and like all the time it takes, and then he's gonna just keep doing it. He does it because he loves to do it, man. Like, that's what I've always said too. Like, if you love something, you're gonna do it whether people like believe or agree with it in the first place.
Right.
Like, oh, I don't think this EDM is what's up. Well, that's fine. Go away.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, just this is our show that we're doing now, but we will be doing others. We'll be doing all
Not
types
that I've
of
heard
music.
anybody say that in the first place.
Well, I know what you're saying, but like our Chillin' in Denton show is a mixture of talent. We had a little bit of country out there. We had Puddin' Tane doing their craziness.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
they were my favorite.
Yeah.
I've had them on the show, and they were absurd.
Oh yeah,
they're hilarious.
They're great guys.
My favorite.
But yeah, we had a lot of great bands there, and we'll continue to have that. That's going to be a mixture genre, and we'd like to do a country music out there as well. Maybe not a festival, but at least start off with one big show. So we're going to be doing different stuff out.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be a bunch of EDM music, although that's something I love. But we will have another one. Whether this is a huge success or just a mild success, I know it's going to be a success.
Yeah,
it can't go wrong. With these names on there, right?
Yeah, precisely.
But yeah, either way, we're going to have another show, and hopefully that this pays for itself, where we can move forward with a bigger show next time.
Yeah.
That's been that's been kind of the hard thing. What do you charge for this kind of thing? We're giving them so much production. It's unreal.
Yeah. No,
but it's all got to go up, and it's all going to come down. We're not a big, huge club that gets to just pay for it once and put it up. And then it's there. They just bring in the act and bring in the people, and they just get to take all the money,
Yep, exactly. Yeah,
so it's a lot of work with a lot of moving parts that have to be paid for to put on something like this. So
I can only imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe one day. One day, when I don't know. I don't know. I've got some ideas. We'll talk later, Jake.
Right.
Well, man, once again, like, I appreciate y'all coming on the show.
I'm glad you had us. That was
man.
great.
Yeah, thank you. Like, you hit me up, and I was like, I don't have anyone booked in May right now. So yes, come on board, man.
How about next week?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, next week sounds good, and then the festival's right around the corner. Exactly. It's going to be super exciting, man. So once again, thanks for coming on, man. It was awesome. A pleasure talking with y'all. Once again, y'all, I'm sitting here. This is Preston, and this is Ashley. They are the owners and operators of the Parker House, Parker Plantation, whatever you want to call it, and also EDM Rehab, which is coming to town May 12th. We've got some huge names. That includes DJ Blend, Reed Speed, and Left Right, just to name a couple. And Kind Beats will be there too. I'm just saying. All right.
That's right.
Now, but before we go, last question I got to ask y'all, because I ask everybody this. All right, is what is your favorite snack?
My favorite snack?
Yeah, just your snack. Junkie or
Snickers.
Yeah. All right, Ashley.
Yep.
anything edible.
Okay.
I
just,
like
she
food.
loves
just food.
I love food.
Just food.
She does.
Yeah.
She'll snack on an
Probably
apple.
Skittles.
Skittles.
There, well, you
yeah.
did say Skittles earlier.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Skittles
okay,
are
Skittles,
junk food,
Skittles
junk
and
food,
pork
yeah.
well, so then when I come to play, I can be like, yo, man, if I suck, at least I brought you some Skittles. and some Snickers. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. He'll be like, oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
the mix was awful, but the Snickers is delicious.
Right.
Exactly.
I'll have you run the vending machines next year, Mike. Perfect,
Absolutely.
man. I'm still pressing buttons, right? Oh man. Once again, y'all, thank you tuning in for so much on Sound Values. Coming up
Great.
next is Ellie Bell and the Denton Vibe, I think. Hopefully. Yes. Okay. I just didn't see her. Normally she's here at like 7:20. You know, man, once again, y'all go online, look up the EDM Rehab Festival. It's going to be here in Denton. We've got, once again, I'm going to say it again, DJ Blend, Reed Speed, and Left Right, who's out of Dallas. So y'all come on out to that festival. Get your tickets now. While they're cheaper, they are going to keep going up in price. And y'all tune in next week. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Hello, right here on DentonRadio.com. See you later, y'all. Peace.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.